corn, yep. What? Wheat. What else? Carrots. Beans. Yep. Peas. Yep. Soybeans. Yep. Potatoes. Grain. What kind of grain? Regular grain. Well, we've already said corn and soybeans and wheat, right? Those are all different types of grain. What else?
Apples.
Apples. Very good. Yep. Cabbage. Tomatoes. Yep. Very good. A couple more.
Blackberries, blueberries, and
All from you. Okay. Now, one more person. Right there. Cherries. Very good.
So, we named a lot of them, but if we were to name all of them, it would be over 200 different things. So we have lots and lots. This map kind of helps shows where different things are grown, because certain areas are going to grow certain things a little bit better. So we're here in Hillsdale County. Okay, so the picture down here, we've got a dairy cow, we've got corn, and we've got a pig. But as you can see blown up, we've got a lot more things that we do grow here. So what Mr. Baker and I are going to do is we're going to talk about some of the different things that we have, and then have a little bit of room for questions at the end. Okay?
Who knows something that they grow up in the thumb of Michigan? First of all, do you know where the thumb of Michigan is? Where's that? Over here? Over here? Right? Okay. So over in that area, there's two things in particular that they grow a lot of right there that nowhere else in the state they do. You know what they are? Potatoes? Not so much potatoes. Those are more in the central part of the state. How about you? Grapes? No, not over there. Sugar beets. That's right. Sugar beets. So do you know what you make out of sugar beets? Sugar. That's right. You can make regular sugar, brown sugar, powdered sugar, molasses all comes from sugar. And sugar is what makes your cakes and your candy and your pop and all kinds of things taste good, right? If you didn't have sugar in it, it wouldn't taste very good. The other thing that they grow a lot of in the thumb of Michigan are these. Anybody know what these are? No, they're not soybeans. They're a type of bean, but they're not soybeans. They're called these dry beans or edible beans, and there's a bunch of different kinds. Navy beans, kidney beans, pinto beans, and they use those a lot. I don't know if any of you like baked beans or refried beans, and sometimes you get like Taco Bell and your tacos and that kind of stuff.
What do you think on this west side of this state? What do you think is grown there a lot?
Somebody said something earlier. Tomatoes?
Just a little bit farther, but I think, what did you say?
Grapes, that's
There
right.
you go. So we do a lot of, on that west side of the state, that's kind of the fruit belt. So we grow lots of different types of fruit. So grapes is one of them. So we know we can eat them just off of the bunch, or we can turn it into grape juice or grape jelly. What would be another fruit that you think might be on that side? Cherries. Michigan grows a lot of cherries. There's a specific city in Michigan that is the cherry capital of the world. Traverse City. So if you go up to Traverse City around the 4th of July time, there's a cherry festival. You'll get lots of cherries. So cherries, we know we can eat them. Michigan is actually #1 in the tart cherries. So if you go to McDonald's and you get a milkshake and they put one of those maraschino cherries on top, okay, likely it was made in Michigan.
What about, somebody said tomatoes earlier. Does anybody know where they grow tomatoes at in Michigan? It's actually not too far from here. There's a lot of them over by Coldwater in Branch County, Union City area. There's a big tomato farm over there. What do they make from tomatoes? Yeah. Ketchup, very good. Salsa, yep, that's also good. What else? Tomato juice, yep. What?
Tomato soup.
Tomato soup, yeah, you can make that. Tomato sauce, very good. And tomato sauce, you can make lots of things out of it. Pizza sauce, spaghetti sauce, right? So even if you don't like to eat your tomatoes, like on a sandwich or in your salad or something, you probably like tomato sauce in your pizza or sloppy joes. Okay?
Michigan is up for #1 in pickling cucumbers, so pickles. So a pickle is a cucumber. Do you think we take this cucumber and chop it up into small pieces? What do we do?
Put it in like a small or vinegar.
You do?
It's like
Quickly,
making
yeah.
the pickles.
When you put it in vinegar and cream.
No, a little bit, but not that much.
You think we might pick it early?
Just pick it like
Yeah,
a
so
little,
we're going to
right?
pick it
French fries? Yep. Potato chips. So does anybody know what state typically you think of when you think of potatoes? Somebody said it. You remember what state? I heard it. What? Idaho, that's right. I told you I heard it, but I didn't know who said it. So Idaho grows a lot of potatoes, but the potatoes that they grow you use a lot for cooking, baked potatoes, mashed potatoes, that kind of thing. The potatoes that we grow in Michigan are used for French fries. McDonald's gets a lot of their potatoes from Michigan. And we also have potato chips. Lay's potato chips buys a lot of their potatoes from Michigan too. You can go anywhere in the country and buy a bag of potato chips and they probably came from Michigan.
Another thing Michigan is pretty good at is asparagus.
Yeah.
So asparagus, it's interesting how it grows. It kind of grows like your hair. So what might happen in the morning is going to be pretty long. And then we're going to cut it. We're going to kind of buzz it, just like this fella here. And then sometimes if the conditions are right, by the end of the day, it's grown out a little bit. Oh, this guy, he's got a little bit longer hair. So we have to cut it again. So we just keep cutting it, but it's only around for a specific season in the springtime. You might have done this, or you might know people who might walk along like the ditches or the road line, and a lot of asparagus grows wide. So it's the same thing as what you would buy at the store, but it's just growing naturally outside.
So we talked a lot about different plants and types of food that we get from plants, right? The sugar beets, potatoes, asparagus. What other kinds of products do we get that aren't from plants that are farmers raised? Do you know? Dairy products, excellent. Okay, so we can get milk, right? It comes from dairy cows. And we have a lot of dairy farms right here in Hillsdale County. And other things that come from dairy are what?
Ice cream.
Ice cream, that's right, ice cream. So you got some of that here. Whipped cream. Remember we talked about that milkshake you get at McDonald's and they put the cherry on top? Well, what else do they put on there? Whipped cream, that's right. That comes from dairy too. Cheese is all made from milk from dairy cows. What?
Yogurt.
Yogurt, yeah. So another thing that we have right here in Hillsdale County is the Bob Evans plant. And they make sausage and bacon and what else do they make there? Hot dogs. Okay? So there's all kinds of meat products that we grow and make right here in Hillsdale County as well.
Who brushed their teeth this morning? Hope everyone. So Michigan, we grow a lot of mint. Okay, so mint comes like this, and then but what happens is we take the extract out of it, we kind of boil it down to get like a syrup out of it, and it's going to flavor things. So it's going to give our toothpaste, our mouthwash, even our gum. So a pint of mint extract, which is about this big, this skinny, it will flavor 12,500 sticks of gum. Okay, so it's very, very flavorful. So this is grown a little bit north of Lansing. A lot of mint is there.
Has anybody ever been to Bly's or to a greenhouse buy flowers? Yeah? Rakers. They grow lots of flowers there. Well, flowers are one thing that we grow a lot of in the state of Michigan, especially up in the western side of the state up here. There's a lot of greenhouses. And they grow flowers like this for people to plant in their yards and for stores to sell like Walmart and any greenhouses and stuff. Another thing that they grow there, especially at Bly's, is these. Anybody know what this is? It's a pine tree. Do you know what this tree is going to be when it gets big? Christmas tree, that's right. It'll get big and then you'll cut it down and put it in your house and decorate it for Christmas, right? And they also have trees like this. This is a fruit tree. I think they said it was an apricot tree. Okay, so it gets flowers on it and then it'll get some fruit, just like an apple tree would or cherry trees.
Another thing someone mentioned was that we grow wheat. Okay, a lot of wheat. So what we do with wheat, we grind it up and we turn it into flour. And all of our pastries, our breads, cakes, we use wheat for a lot of times. So like for example, this Aunt Millie's bread is made in Michigan. There's cold water in a Jackson plant. It's going to make cereal we use in the morning, or like pie or pancake mix. So wheat is also very important for a lot of the things that we eat, and it is grown in Michigan.
Who knows what this is?
Corn.
What kind of corn is this? Sweet corn, that's right. It's good to eat, isn't it? Yeah. And we do grow some sweet corn here in Michigan. It But mostly what we grow is this kind of corn. Does anybody know what this is? No, it's not popcorn. Field corn. This is the kind of corn that when you're going to school or driving out in the country and you see a field of corn, this is what it is. It's field corn. And while people like to eat sweet corn, it tastes good, cows and pigs and chickens really like to eat this kind of corn. It's really good for them, and that's the kind of corn that most of the corn that's grown in not only Hillsdale County, but in the state of Michigan and in the entire country is field corn. And then there's also, I heard somebody say popcorn earlier, we also have some popcorn too. What else do you make out of corn? Anybody know? Yeah. Okay. For corn like in cans that you eat, that's sweet corn. The popcorn is the corn that you pop up and make popcorn out of. So what else do we make out of corn? Yeah.
There's this kind of thing you put in these boxes and you use it to make cornbread.
Cornbread? Yep. Right over there we've got some cornbread mix. Yep. How about this? Dog food. Yes, dog food has a lot of corn in it. Another thing, how about tortilla chips? Does anybody like tortilla chips? Yeah. Has anybody ever seen this kind? Yeah. You can't see them real well. What color are those chips? Blue. How do they make them blue? Dye? No, it's not dye. What they actually do is they use blue corn. So most field corn is yellow like this, but they actually have some corn that is blue that makes blue tortilla chips.
So a lot of times when you drive around in Hillsdale County, a lot of things you'll see is going to be corn being grown. Then another thing that you'll be seeing grown is soybeans. And soybeans, they do make a lot of different things. A lot of animals also do eat soybean as well, but also make soybean oil, which we fry a lot of things in. And today, we're just about finished. We're going to have room for a couple questions, but you do get a snack after this, and it's a donut. And donuts are made, we get flour, some milk, maybe some eggs, and some water, but in order to get the good donut taste, we have to fry it. And so we need soybeans to make that oil, to fry our donuts, and then we have something tasty for us to eat.
All right, so we've talked about a lot of different things that we grow right here in Hillsdale County and in the state of Michigan, but we didn't talk about nearly all of them, not even all the things up here. We've got watermelon and eggs, we didn't talk about any of that stuff. So there's just a whole lot of products that we grow right here in Michigan. Does anybody have any questions about any of it? Yeah. The mint? You can. Yep, you can eat it, but it's pretty strong. It'll taste like spearmint or peppermint or whatever kind of mint it is.
My neighbor has a whole garden of
Oh yeah? Cool. Yeah, we'll do that.
Do you have a question?
Plants that grow in the shade? Yeah, there is. There's different types of flowers and stuff that grow in the shade. Mint? I don't know if mint will grow in the shade very good or not, but I bet if you went to a greenhouse where they had some, they would know and be able to tell you.
There's actually a chocolate mint.
Yeah. Yeah, so he asked them what, if they make dill pickles, do they put a dill plant in there? And that's a very good point to bring up. It's that, yes, in order to make the pickles, you need the cucumbers to start with, but you also have to have the flavor in there to get the dill. And so dill is actually a plant of its own, and they'll take that plant and they'll put it in the solution of salt water and seasonings that they put in to make them taste like dill.
All right, so we are just about ready. So what we're going to do is you're going to get your donut and you're going to eat it while walking to your next station. And at your next station, there's some water. There'll be a bottle of water there.